everyone. It is Wednesday. Wednesday, I tell you, it is. I checked the calendar. How are you today? What are you grateful for this Wednesday night? What are you grateful for? Tell me about it. Tell me about your day. Hey, Angela, great to have you here live. What are you grateful for this Wednesday? You know what? It's hump day. It's hump day, people. It is. And I'm excited. We're making it over the hump. We got one more day left of September. One more. Hey, Adele and Dazzle are here. That means it's treat time, Dazzle. Boom, there you go. There you go. It has been a good day. It's been a good day to have a great day. It's beautiful outside. It's you feel the fall air out there. I've got some windows open. 2 out of 4 of our central air units are turned off in the house. That might get me in trouble later. It might not. The sub-zero section controlled by Rebecca, the AC is still on full blast. In that section of the house, Rebecca likes the sub-zero. Hey, Kitty, it's great to have you here. Great to have you here live. I got Rebecca on one side with the sub-zero, and I got Nana on the other side walking around with a portable heater all year. So I'm stuck in between. We're never energy savings. Illinois in the house. Hey, Kat, how are you today? But I got some windows open today, and that is a nice thing. Kitty's still at work again. Cranking out that revenue. It was a busy day. It was a nice thing to hit the refresh button and see the sales today. It was nice. People were in a shopping mood, but I'm grateful to have you all here tonight. I'm going to get going because I got so much going on, and you are between me and dinner, and I'm getting hangry tonight. Let's get going. Our quote from Simon. Oh, hang on a second. I didn't start with the Good Morning, Good Night book. I almost got 4 truckloads of furniture at the auction. Congratulations. I can hear those sales ringing up tomorrow. Boom, boom, boom. That is awesome, Kitty. I am so excited for you. That is going to be super good for sales. It will have the people in and shopping. That is exciting stuff. Let's get started with the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book is how we start. I mean, the other night, 400 pieces of clothing from one buyout, 4 truckloads from the auction. That's going to mean 4 trips to the bank. I don't know. That's where it's going, Kitty. That is where it is going. The Good Morning, Good Night book is where we roll here, people. This is how we get the party started. Tonight we're on page 198 if you're following along. Good morning, pain, joy, frustration, euphoria, everything. It all passes. It all keeps moving. Wherever you are is temporary. Let's go. You're drowning, but Kitty, you'll be drowning in money soon. The register will be overflowing. You've got this. Don't overthink it. Don't overworry about it. This is a wonderful blessing. At this time last year, you were worried about inventory. You didn't have enough. And this is a key to your fourth quarter. I have been telling you all along, and you have been running with it. To make sure that you have inventory to make an amazing fourth quarter. And you are doing it. So I am so proud of you for doing it. And you have got this. You are going to be a true leader in this fourth quarter. Let me know when the Brinks truck backs up, that you have to load that up. These are good problems. You've got this. You do. We are broadcasting tonight on both Facebook and YouTube. Both Facebook. Same Neil, different channel. If you have any problems with Facebook, hop on over to YouTube. We're there too. It's all good, people. It's all good. Our quote from Simon tonight is, authenticity is more than speaking. Authenticity is also about doing. Every decision we make says something about who we are. Authenticity is more than speaking. Authenticity is doing. Every decision we make says something about who we are. Hey, today is National Coffee Day. I've had some coffee today. Have you had your coffee today? It's National Coffee Day. If you hit the Starbucks drive-thru on your way home and you have your refillable cup, they will refill it for free in your own mug. They will fill you coffee for free, and Starbucks doesn't do anything for free. So that is a good one. I wasn't patient enough to wait in the line at Starbucks to get a free coffee. So much going on. I'm just going to jump right in. $26,361. $26,361. That is the average value of company shares in public companies held by female employees. Female employees hold an average of $26,361. Any guesses how much the average male employees at these companies hold? Any guesses on that? How much the average, if the average female employee holds $26,000 in company stock, how much does the average male hold? Think about that for a second. I'm going to come back to that. 55% of Americans plan on taking a trip of one night or more in a hotel before the end of the year. 55% of Americans. I'm one of them. Got the trip booked. We got the Disney. It's booked. It's happening, people. It's happening. D minus 47 days. D minus 47. But 55% of Americans are planning on doing that, which is good for the economy. The bad part of that is a very high percentage of those Americans also bought travel insurance because they are nervous about their travel plans being affected by the pandemic. So a large portion bought travel insurance. Not this guy. We're going. This is happening. Once I book, I'm all in, people. I'm all in. I'm not a halfway kind of guy. We are going. We are going no matter what. No matter what happens between now and then, we are going. And that's the first non-business add-on vacation we've had in, I don't even know. It's got to be 5+ years. At least 5+ years since we've taken a vacation that didn't have a business component directly to it. There's always business in everything I see, just the way my mind works. But, and what has a business component? Like the NARTS conference. The NARTS conference in North Carolina. We will do other things on that trip. We will add on before or after. But that's not vacation. That's work and then some rest on one side or the other, some fun. But this trip is all planned on as a vacation, and we haven't done that in ages. That was all vacation. So we are excited. I'm excited. This is excited, people. This is excited. This is Neil excited. If you were unsure. The Shop Safe Act. The Shop Safe Act, which we've talked about before, is an act in Congress to address the sale of counterfeit goods on online marketplaces, really anywhere, but specifically online marketplaces. And the legislation as drafted is concerning mainly because of the requirements of country of origin labeling requirement as well as some other concerns from our friends at the National Retail Federation. It has made it out of committee, which is a big step in a bill. I know you guys aren't, congressional junkies and stuff, but if you make it out of committee, most overwhelmingly, most bills die in committee. Most congressmen go out there and campaign. I was a signer on. I signed on to this bill and that bill and that bill and all these bills, but most of those bills never go anywhere. They just sit in committee. And so this bill, the Shop Safe Act, to protect consumers and to protect the public against counterfeits online, has made it out of committee. Where it will go from there, who knows? But the fact that it's made it out of committee in the House is good. And the National Retail Federation is continuing to work on that and language tweaks in it. So I will keep you updated how that goes. Anybody that submitted for single member LLC, sole proprietors, and other corporations that submitted a extension of their 2020 individual and corporate tax returns, the clock is ticking. 16 days, people. 16 days until that is due. 16 days. Hey, if you have forgotten about and you said, hey, Neil said that there was this super easy grant to apply for, the Galaxy grant. I posted it a few weeks ago. That closes tomorrow. So if you have not done it, the Galaxy grant, you can find it in the NARTS private Facebook group. You can find it at narts.org/resalestrong. The Galaxy grant, super easy application if you are a woman or minority-owned business. That closes tomorrow, and it's $2,750. Easy peasy grant. A reminder that a government shutdown is bad for a gazillion reasons, but also because it would shut down the SBA, which and it would really bog down all existing applications and everything that is in process with the SBA and their funding. So keep that in mind if you are waiting on SBA funding, that should the government shut down this week, that is bad. And it harkens back to another time Congress failed to pass something, which when they didn't pass their bank bailout plan, the Dow dropped its largest point drop at the time, which was 777 points. It was, but bigger than the points in making it relative to today's terms. That caused the Dow to drop 7% that day. The S&P 500 8.8% and the NASDAQ 9.1%. So, lots happening in the world. Consumer confidence has hit a 7-month low. The index fell to 109.3 in September, down from 115.2 in August. And this is based on consumers' assessment of current business and labor market conditions. The short-term outlook for income for business and labor market conditions fell from 86.6 to 86.6 from 92.8. But 19.3% of consumers saying big business conditions are good, down from 20.2. 25.4% of consumers said business conditions are bad, up from 24% the month before. Consumer optimism about the short-term business condition outlook eroded further in September, with 21.5% of consumers expecting business conditions to improve, down from 23.4%, and 17.6% expect business conditions to worsen. So, that's a lot of headline stuff talking about bad, but there is a lot of good still in this economy and a lot of good still to come. I mean, just look at Kitty's inventory situation. That is a lot of good to come. That is a lot of good to come. How's your inventory situation? I've been telling you to inventory up, because holiday shopping is kicking off. Target is setting off the holiday shopping deals. Ahead of the Target is bringing back its 3-day sales event dubbed Target Deal Days from October 10th to 12th. And it will unveil its new holiday price match guarantee, which will run from October 10th to December 24th. It allows shoppers to request a price adjustment on all qualifying items purchased if they go on sale before December 24th. And Target Deal Days is available at all stores for the first time. Jeans. Who doesn't like a good comfy pair of jeans? But they're getting pricey because cotton has reached an all-time high, a decade high. Jeans are expected to get pricey. Cotton futures raced past $1 a pound for the first time in a decade as adverse weather and shipping snags threaten supplies, driving up costs for clothing around the world. Okay, so prices are going up for clothing. Have you been adjusting your prices? Okay. Again, I've told you, between inflation, between all the cost pressures, between all the pressures on your business, there is room to raise prices. You have issues too. And there is room to raise prices. While the prices of jeans and other clothing is going up, a fashion label Christy Dawn's answer to the cotton shortage is to offer you a part of the land, okay, that they farm, okay? They want you to spend $200 to cover the cost of farming cotton on their 3,485 square feet of land on their farm in India. The crops will be grown regeneratively, which means using farming techniques that support the long-term health of the land and sequester carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. When the cotton is harvested in a year, customers will be paid back in the form of store credit based on the harvest. If the yield is good, they could earn more than they invest. So you can invest in farming cotton with Christy Dawn. And take a step in understanding the impact that the whole supply chain, including the cotton, has. So that is what you get for your $200 investment. It is an interesting tactic. I will be curious to see how their customers respond to that. And, you know, the latest supply chain headache is... Yes, Marianne, Mercury is in full force. It is great to have you here live. But, you know, talking about it reduces the stress of it. I have continued to talk about that today. Okay. And, you know, you get some people who poo-poo it, you know, astrological blah, blah. But people are doing it. It relieves their stress overwhelmingly when you talk about it. So I hope that you're finding some of that as well, because I'm not only trying to educate you, but provide you some stress relief. We all need some stress relief, you know? Well, Zach Schmack, you know, he thinks he wins some points by throwing his mom a surprise birthday party, you know? Again, another, you know, he kind of sucks. Another event that he didn't invite me to. Zach is he who must not be mentioned. You know, I try to take care of him with Taco Bell and everything, and you know, he keeps on having these events that I'm not invited to. But that's okay. His other brother's good in my book. Your other son is good. Do you know where the second biggest the second biggest supplier of apparel and footwear is to the United States after China? You know where the second largest supplier of clothing and footwear is after China? Any guesses? Spain? Spain? That's a guess. It's wrong, but it's a guess. Vietnam. Vietnam is the second largest supplier of clothing and footwear. Vietnam is. And Vietnam is basically shut down. Vietnam, you got it, Giddy. Vietnam is basically shut down because of COVID. Vice President Harris was there, had a brief stop over there recently and pledged to donate 1 million vaccines. But that's nothing. They have 3% of their population is vaccinated. And, for example, Vietnam manufactured 51% of Nike footwear last year, Lululemon and Gap. Everlane said the country supplies 40% of its wares. There is, so 3.3% of the country is fully vaccinated, and 15.4 had received 1 shot. All 90 companies, including Nike and Fruit of the Loom, have asked the Biden administration to accelerate vaccine donations, saying that the health of the industry is directly dependent on the health of Vietnam. So that is a big deal. Yeah, they are shut down big time and huge supply chain issues. Again, you don't have the supply chain issue. Talk about it. Talk about all the great stuff you have. Talk about it. People, we are in stock. In stock is the name of the game, people. Hey, Kelly, great to have you here. We're all cool. Sorry that yoga got canceled, but great to have you here. I'm glad you had a wonderful night walking the dogs. I miss walking the dog a little bit. I miss the dog walking a little bit. Those early morning walks sometimes not so, or late night ones not so much. But a casual stroll I miss. Macy's, who is trying to steal Macy's, and you see it all the time in the parade and other things. Macy's has that huge billboard near that's actually not on their building. Okay, that huge billboard that they have, they're in a fight to keep it. They have had that billboard since the early 60s. Has been on a building adjacent to their flagship store, and their lease was up. This is up at the end of August, and they've been in negotiations since May to try to keep their billboard spot. But who is trying to steal the billboard from the Macy's Star? Any guesses on what retailer might be trying to steal the billboard out from under Macy's? And has no care about expense. Spare no expense to have this billboard. Any guesses on who might be trying to steal that billboard? Think about that for a second. Who might be trying to steal? Yes, Marianne got, and Kitty got it. Amazon is trying to steal it. And Macy's is suing in court. That they want to do it. And ultimately, Macy's may not win the billboard, but they will likely prevail in court because while they can lease to somebody else, there is a covenant that a Macy's competitor can't advertise there. So they could advertise something else. They could advertise a book. They could advertise a movie. They could advertise something else on that billboard, but they cannot advertise another retailer because of a covenant in the billboard license that prohibits a competitor to Macy's from advertising on it. Just imagine, one does not have to be an expert to realize the incalculable damage that will result to Macy's customer goodwill, image, and reputation should a prominent advertise on the billboard. They said in one filing. Examples are easy, and given a 60-year history, not even as compelling. But imagine Pepsi advertising on a Coke building, or Mercedes advertising on the building of a BMW dealership. The restrictive covenant on the billboard prevents those. So it will be interesting to see where that goes in court. It will. IHOP, I've talked about this before, but this is, Blue Hiss Amazon. I don't like the sleazy practices. Most retailers might do it across the street, but they wouldn't take something, because they can do it to you. They can do it to you. You don't go down to that level. I talked about it before, but now it's in reality. IHOP has opened what they're calling their first flipped restaurant, okay? Which the basic difference is no waiter. No, you order yourself. You order at a kiosk. You want to order something, you go to the kiosk to order it. They're still going to bring it to your table, but they're eliminating the wait staff actually taking your order. Someone will bring it out to you. Someone will clear your table. But it is a step in that direction. And keep in mind, IHOP owns Applebee's. And so this could be coming to Applebee's soon. This is how companies are working, how to deal with labor shortages. So how are you dealing with your labor shortage? Not only your labor shortage, okay, put labor shortage aside, the increased cost of labor. So this is really huge how companies are dealing with it. You have to look at how the big guys are doing this and what pieces you can adapt to your world to keep your costs in line. Okay, because there's still only so much you can charge for this shirt. While you can charge more than you did a year ago for this shirt, there's still only so much you can charge for it. So you got to keep that in mind, people. You got to keep that in mind. That is so important. And this is just a great example. The first one opened in Kansas City, I believe, and they have other locations opening up with this, and they'll likely convert other restaurants to this, other ones that are in existence right now. So keep that in mind because that's going to happen. And if they roll it out at Applebee's too, it'll just be another thing, and fancy like Applebee's with the Bourbon Street steak and the Oreo shake. Okay, you didn't hire me to sing. You didn't bring me here to sing. Remember that question I asked you at the beginning? Hang on a second. Where was I? At the beginning, I said, the average value of a woman in a public company owns $26,000 in the company stock. An average female employee in a publicly traded company owns $26,000 in company stock, compared to how much that men own in the same company. Male employees in the same company. Male employees in the same company on average have almost $105,000 in company stock compared to $26,000 held by female employees. And this is a Wall Street Journal report based on data from 2018. It has only gotten worse now with the great, the female exodus from the workplace to take care of kids in a pandemic. That amount has only gotten worse. And they're using retirement data and stuff. This isn't actual necessarily stock that the people are holding. They're using retirement data and stuff. And in a true, just you got to shake your head about supply chain. But supply chain issues are real, people. I continue to talk about this. But this I just find unbelievably entertaining. Unbelievably entertaining. The state lottery, the Massachusetts state lottery, is being hit by supply chain woes. There's a shortage of bet slips. You know, the slip you fill out to do your Powerball or your lotto, those slips, there's a shortage. And they are looking into their options to deal with the shortage and other types of paper and recycled materials and things that they can get. Because there is a shortage. And the Massachusetts lottery is a model for lotteries across the country. It has been long one of the most profitable lotteries in the country. Last year alone, it earned over $1 billion profit. $1 billion profit, the Massachusetts lottery. Okay? Over $1 billion. It was like 1.1 something billion they earned last year. But they're running out of bet slips due to supply chain issues. The paper company can't fulfill their order, and the paper company's not accepting new orders. And they're not all supply of paper. It has the impact on Keno and other draw games, and I just have to laugh at that. I just have to laugh. Lastly, I reminded you about the Galaxy grant. I also got a new grant for you. Who wants a grant? Who needs 10 grand? You know, this will be giving out 10 and 5 grands. NAV has got a small business grant. It's a simple application. You got to say, what would you do if I gave you 10 grand? If I gave you 10 grand, what would you do with it? If I couldn't give you 10 grand and I only gave you 5 grand, what would you do with that? That's the extent of the application. Okay? That is the extent of the application. There's not 100 pages. It's easy. The link for the NAV grant, will be up at NART's private Facebook group within the half hour. It'll be over at narts.org/resalestrong by noon tomorrow. You have till October 26th to apply. But why wait? You'll forget. You'll forget. I know you ladies. I know you. You will forget. Don't forget. Do it. You'll see the link up later tonight. Do it. It only takes a minute. You know, you guys can rattle off what to do with 10 grand, and you can rattle off what to do with 5 grand. It'll take you 2 minutes. 2 minutes, people. It's that easy, and the link will be up there soon. So apply for that. You know what else you can do? This video and everything I talk about. This video and everything I talk about goes over to narts.org/resalestrong by noon the next day. Noon, I tell you. It's all over there. All the links, all the files, including a direct link to the YouTube channel. You're not alone running this store, where you can like, comment, subscribe, and oh yes, ring the bell so you know when a new one drops. Yes, you can. Ring that bell. You can also share with everybody you know in business, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, so we can help everybody make it to the other side. I'm here live in the Narts private Facebook group and streaming on YouTube every night at more 8 than ish. But if you have a question in between, you can just email me, Neil, Neil at ECIstores.com, Neil at ECIstores.com. We start this program every night with the Good Morning, Good Night book. That's how we roll. That's how we start. Tonight we're on page 198. If you were not here at the top of the program, good morning. Pain, joy, frustration, euphoria, everything. It all passes. It all keeps moving. Wherever you are is temporary. Let's go. Our good night tonight is good night. Rage, bliss, fatigue, rapture, everything. It all passes. It all keeps moving. Where you are is fleeting. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah, Disney's doing a live stream celebration, I think, from Epcot tonight. Fireworks and end of night celebration live stream. Cool. Catch it at 9 Eastern. We will party again. We will party in person. And when we do, I'm going to be there with you. But until then, and until tomorrow night at more 8 than ish, know that you and you, but most importantly, you, yes, you're not alone running this store. Have a great night, everybody. I will see you tomorrow. It's time for dinner.